I'm extremely happy to be here, meeting you all. It's a great joy for me, great joy. I never imagined, I never dreamt that someday I'll be in Germany, meeting the devotees here. And I also did not expect so many devotees here. I was just on my excursion too. I never expected so many devotees and so fine devotees, so devoted people here.
Ich freue mich sehr, wirklich außerordentlich, dass ich hier unter euch sein darf und dass ich nach Europa und speziell auch nach Deutschland kommen konnte. Ich habe nicht erwartet, hier so viele Devotees anzutreffen, auch so hervorragende Devotees wie ihr es seid.
In fact, this time I have come to Europe just to see some of our centers and meet some of our devotees. This facility came to me because I came to UK to participate in second international conference on disaster management organized by Coventry University on 22nd and 23rd April.
Diese Gelegenheit, die ich habe, hier nach Europa zu kommen, ergab sich dadurch, dass ich von der Coventry Universität eingeladen worden bin, am 1. und 2. April zu sprechen über das Thema, wie man Katastrophenmanagement und da ja die Erfahrung in Gujarat und speziell mit dem Ramakrishna-Orden da ist, war Swami dann der eingeladene Sprecher.
So on 20th April, I started from Bombay and reached Birmingham on 20th by 12:30. And then our friend Dr. Alan Hunter and his wife Joy Hunter, very great devotees of Sri Ramakrishna, in fact it is they who had made it possible for me to participate in this seminar, because they wrote to the headquarters, and that is how I reached on 20th at Coventry University. On 22nd and 23rd, the conference went off very well, and they all appreciated the work that we had done in Gujarat earthquake relief, and I had taken a small 10 minutes CD. Of course, this can be shown here if possible. And so they were very much impressed by the work. And 24th, I had some lectures, both morning and evening in Coventry. And 25th, I came to Bourne End, our center in Bourne End. 26th, there was a big meeting organized in London, in a big hall. Basically, it was for Gujarati community, so the lecture was in Gujarati. 27th evening, again there was a talk in London that was for the youth on total personality development. The first one, the subject was how to get peace of mind in everyday life. That was in Gujarati. Second day, 27th, was the subject was total personality development for the youth in English, and 20th again for women empowerment and development in some Mahila Satsang Mandal of London. That was a talk in Gujarati.
Es war speziell eine Familie Hunter, die Swami eingeladen hat und dann nach Belomat geschrieben hat und seine Reise gebeten hat. Dann hatte er den Vortrag an der Universität, aber auch noch andere Vorträge in London zu verschiedenen Themen, auch speziell einmal nur für die Leute aus Gujarat in der Muttersprache, aber auch für die Jugend waren Vorträge da, wie man den Frieden im täglichen Leben finden kann, und auch ein Frauenthema, zu dem Swami gesprochen hat.
And then 29th morning, 28th night I stayed in Bourne End Center. 29th morning I started with Bhogibhai Patel. He's our good, great friend, and you know him very well. So in fact it is because of him that I am here, because when he came to know that I am going to UK, he said, I will take you around the whole of Europe with my car. So he offered himself, and that's how he took me. 29th we started from Bourne End Center, and first we went to Harwich port by car ferry. We reached Holland in the afternoon, and yesterday I saw It was a good coincidence. I reached on the day, yesterday was a Queen's birthday being celebrated in Holland. And so I went to Amsterdam market and went to the station and saw the hotel in which Swami Vivekananda stayed for 3 days with Professor Paul Dyson of Germany. 3 days he stayed in the hotel. I saw the hotel at least. They could not let me know the exact room in which Swamiji stayed. Nobody knew. It is 1896. From 12th to 15th of September 1896, 3 days he stayed there. Anyway, but I saw the hotel from outside. I put my foot on the railway station where Swami Vivekananda had embarked. That's all. And then, of course, I went to meet Mr. Joe in the morning, the great devotee of Holland. He is not keeping so good health. And also there was an exhibition, the tulip flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Big exhibition. So big fields we saw, beautiful flowers. That's all we saw yesterday. And this morning we started at 8:30 and we reached here. I know that you know the time.
Wir verdanken das unserem Freund Bogilal, der Swami angeboten hat, ihn durch Europa auf der Rundreise zu fahren, und er kam dann mit ihm mit dem Schiff rüber nach Holland, wo er das Vergnügen hatte, den Geburtstag der Königin gestern zu feiern, vorgestern, und auch das Hotel.
Gestern, das ist in April. Das ist April.
His birthday.
Das Hotel, wo Vivekananda war, hatte gesehen, und auch den Bahnhof, wo er abgestiegen ist.
There, the Holland, their national dress is orange. So yesterday, so many people, they are wearing orange dress, and when they saw me in orange dress, they started shouting, "Hello, they enjoyed my dress. They thought I am celebrating Queen's birthday. I said I celebrate 365 days, all the 365.
Aus Anlass des Geburtstags freuten sich die Leute dann besonders, Swami in dem orangefarbenen Gewand zu sehen, weil das ja die Farbe des Königshauses dort ist. Und sie jubelten ihm alle wieder zu.
So, today I am here with you. Tomorrow I am also going to be here with you. I will have the pleasure of meeting you all. And then day after tomorrow, Bhogi Bhai takes me to France. Vita Mohanji told me, he met me at Bombay when he came last visit. He said, I said I will be coming there for 2 days. He said, no, you must spend 4 days in Ashrama. So I will be spending 4 days in France, and from there I go to Switzerland. And Switzerland I stay from 7 to 14. In fact, my original program was for 2 days, and from there I was to go to Rome. That is, first I was to go to Assisi, and from there to Rome, and from Rome my flight was there for Mumbai. But I could not get the visa. My visa is valid in Sanguine country only till 7th. So I will have to reach Switzerland by 7th, and from there to Zurich I take the flight on 14th for Bombay.
Swami ist jetzt hier und bleibt morgen noch bei uns. Anschließend fährt er nach Paris, wo er dann 4 Tage bleibt. Er hat Swami Vivekananda in Rajkot getroffen letztes Mal, als er dort war. Und er hat gesagt, mindestens 4 Tage soll er noch in Gries bleiben. Anschließend fährt er dann nach Zürich, nach Genf zu Swami Amananda. Nach Italien kann er leider nicht, weil er kein Visum bekommen hat. Sonst hätte er geplant gehabt, nach Assisi und Rom zu fahren. Aber jetzt muss er dann von Zürich aus zurück nach Bombay.
Diese Schengen-Visa ist limitiert auf eine Woche oder 10 Tage.
Ach so.
Das ist nicht mehr.
Switzerland I have a separate visa. No, single country's visa. If you take any visa of any country, for 16 countries you go anywhere. But France people, this Consulate General of France, they did not give me visa. They gave, first of all, they refused to give visa. Then they said, okay, you bring sponsorship letter. Then I brought sponsorship letter. Again they said, no, it should be in a prescribed form. Again I wrote to Vitmohananji. He got it authorized and stamped from the mayor. Again he sent. Then again he said, no, you give your itinerary. So I gave the itinerary where all you are going. And then they gave me only to 7. So anyway, Lord's will.
Das ist das
This
Problem mit dem
time
Visum.
I can't see Rome. Anyway, Lord wants that I should spend my time in Alps, in Switzerland.
Yes.
So, as you know, I am coming from Porbandar. Porbandar is the birthplace of Mahatma Gandhi, and there we have our branch center of Ramakrishna Mission, which has been started newly. It's a very new center.
Das Zentrum in Porbandar ist ja am Geburtsort von Gandhi ein ziemlich neues Zentrum. Es gibt es noch nicht so sehr lange.
And as you know, Ramakrishna Mission, which was started by Swami Vivekananda in 1897, have now 150 branches all over the world.
Wie Sie wissen, gibt es in der ganzen Welt jetzt 150 Klöster des Ramakrishna-Ordens.
So 35 abroad and 115 in India.
35 außerhalb Indiens und 115 in Indien.
10 in Bangladesh, 12 in United States, and 1 each in UK, then France, Switzerland, Netherlands, Russia, then Brazil, Argentina, Canada, and of course Japan, Fiji, Mauritius, Singapore, like that 35.
New York.
Now one more center will be added, and that is Germany.
Wir haben all die Zentren in der Welt außerhalb Indiens gehört, die es bereits gibt, und jetzt kommt noch eins hinzu, das ist dann
I
Deutschland.
can't give you official information. Officially I can't give to you, but in private I can tell you, the Swami who is coming here is a good friend of mine, Swami Nikhileswarananda. He was the editor of Vedanta. Perhaps you know.
Yeah.
We had him just, we
Yeah,
just
the
saw him in the
picture.
internet,
Internet.
a picture of him. So,
You have been informed by the General Secretary.
You have been informed, so
Yes,
now I can
yes.
inform also. No
Yes.
problem. It can be.
so it is official and
Officially is
yes.
there, official information you have received. So he was there with me in Porbandar just 2 months back, with a lot of time. He is a good friend of mine for many years.
Gerade vor 2 Monaten war der Swami Nikhileswarananda, der hier nach Deutschland kommt, und da hinten ist er links im Bild.
He is a very loving Swami, very loving Swami,
Ein liebenswürdiger Swami und
and a great scholar. He is a scholar in Sanskrit and English both, and of course in Bengali. And he was the editor of Vedanta Kesari. So from every point of view, he is most ideally suited for Germany. I had a lot of talks with Swami Smarananandji. He said I chose him because he knows Sanskrit. In Germany, what we want is a person who must know, because Germany, there are so many scholars. They would like to know. There are so many translations from Sanskrit to Germany from many years back. Germany and India have got a very great historical relationship. So he would be best suited to being a bridge between Germany and India.
ist ein gelehrter Mann, und wie Swami Swarananda, Swami Nikhileswarananda auch bestätigt hat, ist es eben wünschenswert, dass für Deutschland jemand kommt, der in Sanskrit bewandert ist, weil eben Deutschland auch ein großes Interesse daran zeigt, wie man auch schon aus dem Vorhandenen sieht.
So about 115 centers in India, out of which 3 are in Gujarat state. Rajkot is a very old center, 75 years old. Another center is Limdi, and another center is Porbandar, from where I am coming. And apart from that, there are 1,000 centers all over the world which are not affiliated with Ramakrishna Mission, but our devotees and friends are running, just as one we are running in Germany. Similarly, there are about 20 centers in Gujarat. There are big cities like Baroda, Ahmedabad, Surat, but all of them are having non-official centers. None of them is having official center. So the people ask, why you have center in small center like Porbandar and Limdi and not in Ahmedabad and Baroda?
Es gibt in Gujarat ein Zentrum in Rajkot, das ist ziemlich alt, 75 Jahre schon. Das Zentrum in Porbandar sehr jung. In Limli, das ist noch ein weiteres Zentrum, aber es gibt ja auch noch viele andere große Städte wie Ahmedabad und andere große Städte, wo es auch Studienzirkel gibt und wo die Leute fragen. Es gibt überhaupt in ganz Indien ca. 1000 Gruppierungen von Vedanta-Freunden und die alle um ein Zentrum, um darum bitten, affiliiert zu werden. Und es wird dann auch immer gefragt, warum in diesen großen Städten wie zum Beispiel Ahmedabad kein Zentrum ist, aber in der kleinen Stadt Porbandar.
Now, by the way, I will tell you, these 1000 centers are wanting affiliation. Many of them are wanting affiliation, like your Germany, and they have got, many of them have got very good infrastructure, like yours, monks' quarter, hospitals, schools, funds are also there, and they are requesting Ramakrishna Mission to take over the whole ashrama. But affiliation cannot be done, because affiliation means, just as now you will be affiliated, so immediately one monk has to be sent from Belumat here. Similarly, when we affiliate any center, immediately we have to send 1 or 2 monks from Belumat to that center. And the monks are not growing on trees like fruits, so that we can pluck 1 or 2 and send immediately to Germany. And
da sind viele Zentren, die eine sehr gute Infrastruktur haben, wo schon ein Hospital ist und wirklich aktive Leute, auch genug Geld vorhanden ist, und trotzdem ist es eben die Schwierigkeit, wenn man das Zentrum affiliiert, anschließend sollte dann ein Swami geschickt werden, und das ist eben die Schwierigkeit für den Orden.
Entschuldigung, vielleicht können Sie die Swami auch erzählen, dass auch die Christentum hier haben die gleichen Probleme mit dem Christentum.
He's mentioning that the Christians also have the same problems in their own country.
Yeah. Everywhere the problem is, now it has become a materialistic society. The monks cannot come from the sky. They are not dropped from the sky, they are not grown on the trees. They have to come from the families. Unless until the families become very spiritually oriented, the children will not be born good children. So the marriage system has to become more sacred. Already it is sacred, but now they are breaking their system. So marriage, Swami Vivekananda said, now I have understood the sanctity of marriage system. There should be some good people marrying and they should become ideal householders. The more the number of great ideal householders, the more the possibility of great monks being born in that householder's life. So, if you want to have good monks, you must have good householders who are practicing the message, who are practicing spirituality in their daily life. Then you will get monks from the families.
Der Scherz, den Swami machte, dass die Mönche nicht auf den Bäumen wachsen, hat einen ernsten Hintergrund, und zwar, wo kommen sie her? Sie kommen ja auch aus den Familien, und da heutzutage es nicht mehr so viele gesunde Familien gibt wie zu früheren Zeiten, ist es auch nicht so leicht, dass dann Kinder heranwachsen, die aus gesunden spirituellen Familien dann Mönch werden wollen, und das Problem ist aller Orten.
So incidentally, I remember why I was very much interested to meet Mr. Zezen.
Yeah.
Zezen. Why I was interested in meeting? Because in 1993 there was Chicago Parliament Religious Centenary Celebration.
1993 gab es das
I don't know, some of you might have visited.
Die Gedächtnisfeier von dem Chicago
100-jähriges Jahr.
100-jährige Treffen.
So 1993 the celebration was held and Netaji Indoor Stadium, it's a big stadium, there this conference was held for 7 days and there were about 10,000 delegates from all over the world. And
in dem großen Stadion in Kalkutta, da waren ca. 10.000 Delegierte aus der ganzen Welt.
And 200 speakers from 20 countries.
200 Sprecher aus 20 Ländern.
One of the speakers was Mr. Zezen.
Einer der Sprecher war Frank Ziesing.
And he came, I was very much impressed by him because he spoke, I still remember, he spoke, first of all he was wearing dress of Indian dress and having beard. He was looking like Indian. Then he said, we are very happy to be here in India in this Netaji Indoor Stadium. Why? Because as you know, he told all the public, because as you know, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose came to my country in search of the freedom of his country. And we have come from Germany to your country in search of freedom of our soul. Because the knowledge of the freedom of soul is nowhere available in the whole world except India. That's what
Frank hat einen großen Eindruck gemacht unter all den 200 Rednern, indem er gesagt hat, ich bin sehr, sehr glücklich hier in Indien zu sein, denn es ist so gewesen, dass Netaji nach Deutschland gekommen ist, auf der Suche nach Freiheit für sein Volk. Und ich bin jetzt aus Deutschland hierher gekommen, auf der Suche nach Freiheit für die Seele.
I have been telling about his speech. In so many of our speeches, I quote him. I go all over the country in India, meeting the youths, particularly the students, college students, school students. I say how other countries are expecting from us, from India, how they are regarding India. I give the example, and I also give the second example. Then Zazen told, but we have got only one grudge. We have been telling from last 25 years, we have started a center in Germany. We have also brought out some books in German language. We are also running a magazine in German language. And we have been requesting from last 25 years to Berumot authorities to send a monk. But they are not sending it and they are not affiliating it. That is our great grudge. So I want to tell him now that your grudge is over. Then after that he said wonderful thing. He said, now we are fed up and we have thought, okay, if you don't send a monk, we will produce our own monks. Then he gave an example that there is a German girl who is coming, German lady who is coming right from her childhood to Vedanta Center. She is pregnant. I am talking about 1993. She is pregnant, and now what is she doing? Whole day and night she is reading the gospel in German language, and she is doing mantra japam, and day and night she is praying to the Lord, oh Lord, the child who is in my womb, please make him a monk because my country needs a Vedantic monk.
Frank hat also Swami hat gesagt, er hat Frank also sehr oft zitiert, besonders auch vor Jugendlichen und hat gesagt, seht mal, was für ein Verlangen da im Ausland auch danach herrscht, einen Mönch zu bekommen und auch affiliiert zu werden, ein Zentrum zu haben. Frank hat erzählt, dass hier schon seit 25 Jahren sich die Leute mit Vedanta beschäftigen, eine Zeitung herausgeben, übersetzen und dann noch dieses Beispiel von einer jungen Frau, die Frank zitiert hat, die schwanger war und das Gospel gelesen hat und ihr Mantra gesagt hat ich bitte Gott darum, dass mein Kind, das sich gebären werde, ein Mönch wird, damit endlich dieser Notstand aufgehoben wird.
So dass wir ein vedantischer Mönche haben hier.
I want to know what happened. Afterwards, I want to meet Mrs. Zazen and I want to know who is that girl, what happened.
I'm thinking who might be this woman, I don't know.
Yeah, I want to find out, I make the research.
It could be his sister.
Yeah.
Barbara.
Yes, most probably.
That is
She has got a second child.
I see.
And in the beginning he told me that his sister has gone to each and every doctor to get a child and she couldn't get a child. And that she got a mantra from Swami Nikhileswarananda and she got that child. And now she has a second child.
Yeah, I see.
That were the words of Frank.
Was it your son?
His name is already Vitamo. She has pressed it with the authorities. She had to give a German name also, but his name is also Vitamo. So, but it must be his sister. And he told me like that she
let us try to find out.
Child and later on, yes. I will phone him when he is back from his holiday. Yeah. It's a pity that he cannot.
But you give me the details afterwards, what happened and all that. I'm very good to know.
Yes, that's very interesting to know.
Now, I am coming from Porbandar. Now, I am giving the answer. Why Porbandar and Limdi were given preference for affiliation is, though there were many cities, centers wanting affiliation in Ahmedabad, Baroda and bigger cities, but why Limdi and Porbandar were given preference? Because Swami Vivekananda himself stayed in both the places.
Ich erzähle euch jetzt, warum dieses kleine Porbandha und Limni den anderen großen Städten in Gujarat vorgezogen worden ist. Es ist nämlich deshalb gewesen, weil Swami Vivekananda selbst dort in Porbandha und Limni gewesen ist.
Now, as you know, before Swami Vivekananda came to participate in Chicago Parliament of Religions in 1893, from 1890 to 1893, he wandered throughout the country, throughout the nation, trying to know the mingling with the public, mingling with the people, trying to know their problems and trying to understand the culture and historical importance of India.
Von 1890 bis 1893 wanderte Swami Vivekananda durch Gujarat, durch ganz Indien und kam unter anderem auch nach Gujarat, wo er sich bemüht hat, die Probleme der Leute zu verstehen, sich unter das Volk mischte und wirklich spürte, wo es am meisten schmerzt und wo die Seele des Volkes ist.
In July 1890, Swami Vivekananda left Calcutta and he took the blessings of Holy Mother Sharda Devi and he told, Mother, I won't come back to this place till I get so much of power from within that by my very touch I can transform a person. I am not going to come back.
Swami Vivekananda hat sich bei Holy Mother verabschiedet in Kalkutta, dass er ihr gesagt hat, ich werde jetzt gehen und ich werde nicht wiederkommen, ehe ich nicht so viel Kraft und Stärke entwickelt habe, dass durch die pure Berührung einer Person, die ich berühre, jemand transformiert wird. Und vorher komme ich nicht wieder.
And really he did not come back to Calcutta till he had conquered the whole world. In 1897 he came.
Und dann war es ja wirklich so, dass er erst 1897 zurückkam nach Kalkutta, nachdem er dann die ganze Welt sozusagen erobert hat.
So in Calcutta he started July 1890, he started from Calcutta. First he came to Banaras, from there he went to Delhi, then UP, some of the centers, Meerut, Himalayas, as little bit some centers of Himalayas, Almora. He was wandering along with Swami Akhandanandji on foot. Most of the time he was walking on foot. And then he came to Rajasthan, and there the Maharaja of Khetri, Ajit Singh Ji, became his disciple. And from Rajasthan he came to Gujarat.
Swami Vivekananda wanderte mit Swami Akhandananda und durchwanderte all diese Landschaften, die ich jetzt nicht wieder aufzählen kann, um dann schließlich nach Gujarat zu kommen.
So in Gujarat first he came to Ahmedabad. From Ahmedabad he came to Limdi, via Vadhavan. In Limdi he was alone and he reached in the evening. So he took shelter in a house of monks which was near the temple. There these monks, they said, okay, you please come, you are most welcome.
Als Swami Vivekananda nach Limni kam, da war er allein, es war gegen Abend und er wusste nicht, wo er unterkommen würde, aber dann war da ein alter Tempel und einige Mönche, die da waren, luden ihn ein, kommen Sie bitte zu uns.
Then afterwards he found out that this is not a good place. They were practicing Tantra and they wanted to make wrong use of Swami Vivekananda.
Dann merkte Swami Vivekananda aber, dass das kein guter Platz war, denn sie praktizierten Tantra in einer Art und Weise, dass sie ihn dann auch noch einbeziehen wollten und seine Kräfte falsch nutzen wollten.
So he wanted to go away, but then he found he was locked.
Als er weggehen wollte, merkte er dann, dass er gar nicht weggehen konnte, weil man ihn schon eingeschlossen hatte.
And those monks said, you can't escape from here. We know that you have led a very pure life. And so we will sacrifice your purity and get some good powers.
Die Mönche sagten, also von hier kommst du jetzt nicht mehr weg. Wir wissen, dass du ein sehr reines Leben geführt hast und wir wollen dich opfern, damit wir dadurch einige Kräfte gewinnen können.
So Swamiji started praying earnestly to the Divine Mother and to Sri Ramakrishna, and then he meditated. Then he found the solution.
Und Und Swami Vivekananda fand die Lösung, als er dann ganz intensiv zur göttlichen Mutter und zu Ramakrishna betete und er meditierte.
Young boy used to come to give him milk.
Ein kleiner Junge kam und brachte ihm Milch.
Then he made friendship with him and said, "Would you help me?" And then what did he do? He took a small piece of charcoal, and took a small earthen pot which was broken, a broken jug. He took one piece of that broken jug and took the piece of charcoal and wrote down a small message for the Maharaja of Limdi. He had heard that Maharaja of Limdi was very kind, so he wrote down, "I am in danger, please save me."
Er machte Freundschaft mit dem Jungen, der ihm die Milch brachte, und er hatte ein Stück Kohle und in einen zerbrochenen Milchkrug auf die Tonscherbe schrieb er dann dem Maharaja von Limri, von dem er wusste, dass er ein sehr liebenswürdiger, großherziger Mensch war. Bitte rette mich, ich bin hier in großer Gefahr.
And that small boy put a chadar, put a bedsheet around his head and put that broken piece, and he ran to the Maharaja of Limdi. And first of all, the policemen, the watch guard were not allowing, but the Maharaja saw from upstairs that is a small child wanting to come. He said, come, let him come. And then he got a message, immediately sent all the guards and relieved Swamiji and made him gave him great honor. And for 11 days, Swamiji stayed in that palace, and that very palace was later on gifted by the Maharani of Limdi to Ramakrishna Mission. That is why Ramakrishna Mission started in Limdi.
Vivekananda hatte dann also diese Nachricht auf die Scherbe geschrieben, und der kleine Junge hat die Scherbe unter seinem Chador versteckt und ist dann geradewegs zum Maharaja von Limni gerannt und sollte da erstmal gar nicht reingelassen werden, weil die Wachen wollten ihn nicht durchlassen, aber der Maharaja hat es gesehen gehabt, dass da ein Kind war, was rein wollte, und hat dann gesagt, lass den Kleinen mal kommen, was ist denn? Und hingeschickt, um Vivekananda zu befreien. Daraufhin hat Vivekananda 11 Tage in dem Palast von Limri verbracht, und zu späterer Zeit hat dann die Maharani sogar der Ramakrishna Mission diesen Palast geschenkt.
Now, from Limdi, Swamiji went to Junagadh, and then he went to Porbandar on his way to Dwarka.
Auf seinem Weg nach Dwarka kam Swami Vivekananda unter anderem dann auch nach Porbandar.
Now, at that time, the administrator of Porbandar was Shankar Pandurang Pandit.
Zu jener Zeit war der Administrator von Porbandar
And Shankar Pandurang Pandit. Shankar Pandit. Now, as soon as he saw Swamiji, he was so much impressed. He said, "Swamiji, nobody will understand your genius here. You ought to go to the West."
Dieser Gelehrte war so beeindruckt von Swami Vivekananda, dass er sagte, Swami, hier wird niemand deine wahre Größe verstehen, du musst in den Westen gehen.
Then he said, "Swamiji, you become my own guest." He made him the guest of his own family in that bungalow in which he used to stay. There only he made Swamiji to stay. And he said, no, cancel that accommodation in Shiva temple.
Er sagte dann, also mach mal die Verabredung da im Shiva-Tempel ungültig und bleib hier bei mir, und hat ihn dann freundlichst gebeten, doch bei ihm Gast zu sein.
And then when he found Swamiji knew beautiful English as well as Sanskrit, he said, "Swamiji, I am translating Atharvaveda from Sanskrit to English, please help me."
Und dann bat er ihn auch noch dabei zu helfen, die Atharvaveda vom Sanskrit ins Englische zu übersetzen, weil er merkte, wie sehr gut Swami Vivekananda Sanskrit und auch Englisch konnte.
And then he told Swamiji, when you go to the West, you will need to know French. I will teach you French.
Im Ausgleich dafür sagte er, wenn du in den Westen gehst, dann wirst du sicherlich auch noch Französisch benötigen, und ich werde dir das Französische beibringen.
Because he knew many languages. He was a great Pandit. So Swamiji,
großer Gelehrter.
Normally he would not stay for more than 3-4 days in any place, but in Porbandar he stayed for 4 months.
Swami blieb eigentlich nie länger als 3-4 Tage an irgendeinem Ort, aber in Porbandar blieb dann fast 3 bis 4 Monate.
And why did he stay so long? First of all, he learned French. Second, he helped Shankar Pandit in translating Atharvaveda. But most important thing is Shankar Pandit had a big library and beautiful books, and Swamiji had weakness for books.
Der Grund, weshalb Swami so lange in Porbandar blieb, war natürlich einmal, weil er Französisch lernen wollte und zum anderen auch, weil er dem Pandit half, die Atharvaveda zu übersetzen, aber der größte Punkt war wohl der, dass er eine fantastische Bibliothek hatte und Swami hatte einfach eine Schwäche für Bücher.
And Swamiji for the first time heard a Parliament of Religions will be held in Chicago at Porbandar.
Und dort in Porbandar hat Swami Vivekananda zum ersten Mal gehört, dass eben in Chicago dieses Parlament der Religionen abgehalten wird.
So in a way, the bomb that Swamiji threw on 11 September 1893 in Chicago Parliament Religions was prepared in Porbandar. The thought bomb.
In der Tat war es so, dass diese Bombe, die Swami auf dem Kongress der Weltreligionen geworfen hat, eigentlich schon in Porbandar vorbereitet worden war.
That was a thought bomb. And it was not well received. So second bomb came on 11th September 2002. World was broken because Swamiji had given the message of harmony of religions. Had he taken it up, then this bomb would not have come.
Wenn die Welt die Message von Swami Vivekananda aufgegriffen hätte, die Harmonie der Religionen zu leben, dann hätte diese dritte Bombe am 11. September nicht fallen müssen.
Now the historic Bhojeshwar bungalow in which Swami Vivekananda stayed for 4 months was in a dilapidated condition, in a very bad condition. Previously it was a state guest house. Afterwards, it became a government district panchayat guest house, and so it was very badly maintained.
Dieses Gästehaus, in dem Swami in Porbandar war, das war ein sehr heruntergekommenes Gebäude.
1895, we came to know that the bungalow has been abandoned and will be now demolished and will be sold away and demolished.
1895 erfuhr man dann, dass dieses Bungalow aufgegeben worden ist und dass es auch dem Erdboden gleichgemacht wird.
So we requested the government, this is a historic bungalow, a very holy place where Swami Vivekananda stayed for 4 months. Even in America, where he spent 2 weeks, it has been considered as a heritage building, and here in India, you are demolishing it, you give it to us, we will maintain it.
Und dann kam die Anfrage, dass dieses doch als historisches Monument erhalten werden sollte und dem Ramakrishna-Orden gegeben werden. Is it that what I found in the internet?
Yeah. Yes, this is the bungalow.
We shall show it around.
Yeah. No, we are going to give this one. Don't give. We are going to give this brochure. Everybody will receive. This is the bungalow in which Swami Vivekananda stayed, and this gives the activities of Porbandar Center. So on 12 January 1997, we received this bungalow from the government. Now it was in a very bad condition, full of white ants, termites. So we gave injection, removed the termites, and repaired the bungalow. But on 9th June 98, there was a big cyclone that came to Porbandar, and again windows and doors gone.
Der Ramakrishna-Orden nahm dann die Arbeit auf, dieses Haus zu renovieren und erstmal von den Termiten zu befreien. Das wurde gemacht, aber dann kam ein großer Zyklon, der dann nochmal dem Haus reich zu schaffen macht, indem er Fenster und Türen rausriss.
So again we repaired it, and we were still repairing it, but 26 January 2001, there was a very great earthquake. So again the building got damaged, the third floor, top floor, one wall delved down. Fortunately, one of our monks was saved just by a fraction of a minute. He passed and the wall and the stone fell down.
Bei dem großen Erdbeben 2001, da fiel dann wieder eine Wand herunter und ein Swami, der dort war, der wurde also Bruchteil von einer Sekunde war er gerade dem Tod entronnen.
So afterwards again they are repairing it, and the repair work is still going on, and also many activities have been started at Porbandar. This brochure will give you every month. We have got eye camp, we have a mobile medical unit, we have a charitable dispensary, we have a public library, and then we have helping poor students, giving them scholarship, and then of course we have relief works. First we had cyclone relief work, then there was earthquake, then we had earthquake relief work, and we spent Gujarat earthquake relief. We spent totally 200 million rupees. 200 million
200
rupees.
Millionen Rupien hat der Ashram in Porbandar für die Erdbebenopfer aufbringen können.
And then with this amount, we first had primary relief, and then we had rehabilitation project. 81 government school buildings we reconstructed because they had fallen down. The government requested us, and 390 houses for those people. They were all earthquake resistant houses for those people who had nowhere to go.
Und sie behalten den Leuten, die durch das Erdbeben ihre ganze Habe und ihre Unterkunft verloren hatten und die nicht wussten, wohin, denen wurde an erster Stelle geholfen.
So this brochure will give you the details of our activities, and another brochure will give the details of our earthquake relief work. This is Gujarat earthquake relief work. That was the whole of Gujarat what we did as a part of earthquake relief work, for which I had come here for presentation. There is CD also. If you like, we can see the CD also for 10 minutes, but it will be very small. Here on this CD you can see.
I don't know. We are all not experts, and that is very slow one. We have to try, but it is possible.
Is the media player off? Media player?
Any video player is there? VCD player?
We
can have a look. You got a VCD player?
We
can have a look at it, what it is.
Yeah. Okay, if it is possible. Otherwise, this brochure gives all the details about relief work, and this brochure gives the details about Porbandar Center, and all the brochures. I have brought so many copies. All of you will get one brochure each. Plus, you will get one photograph of Swami Vivekananda. One photograph of Swami Vivekananda I brought from India. On the back side, you will get the address of Porbandar ready at hand. Here on this also gives at the back address, phone, fax, email, website, everything is given, so that you can continue. So this is all about, because this gives all the details about Porbandar Center. I am not giving you more details. Now what is our routine now? What is the time?
It is 10 minutes to 6, so at 6:30 we go upstairs for meditation.
Okay.
And we will meditate half an hour. At 7 o'clock we start singing. Omila will play the harmonium, and as she is not doing that task every time here, sometimes we have other people to do the harmonium. I would like to ask all of us that we try to follow her way of giving us the melody, that we are not too loud, but try to get into the melody how she is playing it. Then it will be harmonious singing if we put our ear on the harmonium.
One thing really, is that not other way round? First we sing and then we sit for meditation. We do normally this thing.
Yeah, in the evening.
First we
do that.
Perhaps here we have
First
done
of all, we have done, do we have some prayer?
Yeah.
singing.
Singing.
Yes.
6:30.
Yes.
6:30 singing.
First singing and then meditation.
Then meditation.
Yeah.
Then we do it in the
Yeah.
Yes.
So 6:30 to
Then
7 we will be
start with
singing.
We sing normally two songs, Om Him Rhythm and Sarvamangalam.
Plus some more songs if they have prepared. They can also continue with the song.
Yes.
Okay. And then say 6:30 to 7:15. You want how much time you want?
Oh, half an hour.
So 6:30 to 7.
6:30 to for singing. Oh no.
10-15 minutes.
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
At the most.
No. Om Rim Ritam and Sarvamangal Mangal itself will take 15 minutes.
Yes.
Then some songs they have prepared.
Yes, then it is, then when we finish the singing,
Yeah.
then we meditate.
Yeah.
And then after that, at half past 7,
Yeah.
we go down.
Ah.
And then we look when the evening food is ready, then we will eat.
What time we'll get food?
7:30 to 8.
7:30.
Will it not be too early?
We can eat a little bit later, do you think?
Yeah, normally we eat in our ashrama 9 o'clock, 8:30.
But Swamiji, we have here evening session also. After finishing food, we again come and assemble here and then questions and answers and all that.
Okay, that's
Otherwise it gets too late
And
for the
Swamiji,
evening.
our evening food is not so strong as the lunch.
No, also heavy. It should not be so light at midnight I get hungry. Because it's too long a gap. 7:30 to morning, again you will give breakfast only at 7.
Provide me some food.
You will get there.
There is Nilas will take care of us.
There is too much overload in now.
Yes, question.
Yeah.
Als der Swami jetzt erzählte von diesem Zyklon und dass die Decke runterflog und die Türen und die Fenster rausflogen, da schoss mir so ein Gedanke durch den Sinn, vielleicht deshalb, weil Vivekananda nicht zum Shiva-Tempel gegangen ist, weil er da dem Besuch abgesagt hat, deswegen ist Shiva zu ihm gekommen.
You understood already.
Yeah.
It came to his mind perhaps because Swami Vivekananda did not go to the Shiva temple. This cyclone came.
No, it is not like that. Swami Vivekananda himself is Shiva. We think Swami Vivekananda himself is Shiva. Wherever he goes, Shiva temple comes up.
Yes.
And so that is why now it has become a Shiva temple. Our ashrama has become a Shiva temple.
I think his mother
Swami
also went
selbst, you have to translate, Swami Vivekananda selbst ist Shiva, deshalb ist das Beispiel nicht so ganz passend. Perhaps you tell us again this about what has happened, the vision of Swami Vivekananda in Amarnath. We heard it just
First of all, it starts with Bhuvaneshwari Devi. Bhuvaneshwari Devi, mother of Swami Vivekananda, had many girls but no son. So he made arrangements of a special worship of Vireshwara temple in Benares. And then she prayed and prayed to Shiva to give her a son. And one day she had a vision that Shiva has come to him. And immediately after that, Swami Vivekananda was born.
Das beginnt mit Bhuvaneshwari Devi, die nur Töchter hatte und keinen Sohn und die dann darum betete, einen Sohn zu bekommen. Und eines Nachts hatte sie eine Vision, dass Shiva zu ihr gekommen war und daraufhin war sie dann schwanger und bekam den Sohn Vivekananda.
And then we find all in like what she was telling in Amarnath, he had a vision of Shiva when he went to Amarnath. And he said only this much about his vision, that Shiva granted him the boon of dying at his will. Ichhavritti.
Yes, now I remember. Yes, das war diese Vision, die Swami Vivekananda in Amarnath hatte, über die nicht ganz viel erzählt wird. Vivekananda hat nur gesagt, dass er von Shiva was heißt Boon auf Deutsch?
Segen.
Einen Segen, einen Wunsch offen hat und dass der wäre, dass Vivekananda auf eigenen Wunsch sterben würde.
Many devotees believe that Swami Vivekananda was not an ordinary person. Shiva himself came in the form of a human being.
Sehr, sehr viele Devotees sind davon überzeugt, dass Swami Vivekananda keine normale weltliche Person war, sondern dass es Shiva persönlich ist, der in der Form seines Körpers zur Welt kam.
And that is why
Narada? Narada oder Narada?
Narada. No, he is not Narada.
That is why Sri Ramakrishna, when anybody would criticize Swami Vivekananda, he says, don't do, it will be like Shiva Ninda. It will be like abusing Shiva. If you abuse Narendra, it is abusing Shiva. It is not.
irgendjemand Swami Vivekananda kritisierte, dann hat Ramakrishna das vehement zurückgewiesen und hat gesagt, seid vorsichtig, macht das nicht, wenn ihr Vivekananda kritisiert, dann ist das, als würdet ihr Shiva beleidigen.
So, that is your answer.
Das war die Antwort für Bruder.
Dankeschön.
So 6:30 we meet in the
we
meet there.